Alright guys, welcome back to another Diablo 4 video. For this one, I'm going to be showing you probably the best XP farm at the moment right now. You can get up to 500,000 XP every 5 to 10 minutes. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I will give you guys a few pointers to make this even better to get even more XP. But otherwise, let me show you exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be farming this dungeon right here called Morgan's Work, located right here on the map. Okay, there's Kyova Shard right down here. This is the dungeon. Now, inside this dungeon, as soon as you find the first prisoner, there is a bunch of elite enemies. These give you more XP and more legendaries and more rares. Now, all you have to do is just clear out the first wave as soon as you walk in, leave the dungeon, and rinse and repeat. That is all that you need to do. It is very, very simple. Now, the mage or the sorcerer lightning build that I'm using, I've already made the video on that. If you guys want to see that and you want to do exactly how I'm doing it, there you go. Now, what I would recommend is actually doing this with a friend, just because once you do leave the party, you will spawn outside of the dungeon and it will instantly reset the dungeon. Instead of doing it solo, you may have to wait 30 seconds to a minute or so for the dungeon to fully reset when you leave. Now, if you are level 50 plus, you can go ahead and do this on World Tier 3 because enemies give you 100% more XP. Now, if you are lower than level 50, which most of you guys probably are at this point, go ahead and do this on level 2, which is what I'm doing it on right now, and you can get a bunch of XP. You can get also pretty good legendary items from this. On my first try, I did manage to drop legendary gauntlets, I think it was, or boots, I cannot really remember. Otherwise, yeah, that is pretty much all that you need to do. So on World Tier 2 that I have seen for myself anyway, you get between 20 to 30,000 XP at the moment on World Tier 2 without any kind of XP buffs that includes elixirs or anything like that. Now on World Tier 3, you can multiply that by 100%, which will give you even more XP by doing it that way, on top of the elixirs as well, which will give you more. And on top of that, doing it with a friend, that will give you another 5% increase. So you're looking at around 130% increase in XP while doing it with a friend, World Tier 3, and with an elixir active. And yeah, go ahead and do that and you will get so many legendaries, so many rares, and so much XP. So the build that I'm using to farm pretty much anything or just to play the game right now, I'll quickly just go over my skill tree, but I will go more in detail on the previous video that I uploaded for this build. So this is what my skill tree looks like if you want to copy it down, and if you are a sorcerer anyway, you can use this exact build. Because we're going to be fighting enemies that are going to be bunched up together, this is perfect AoE damage to basically clear out and stun everything. No matter how strong the enemy is, they're pretty much just going to be standing there and just die to all your attacks. And yeah, that is it. And like I said, you might want to use some elixirs, and if it's possible, World Tier 3 will be even better to farm those legendaries and to farm that XP and to farm pretty much everything you ever want. This is, at the moment, as of making this video, the best farming method for dungeons. Anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it.